Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel AgriAddict. This is our lecture series for IBPS AFO mains exams and also useful for other agriculture exams. Today in this session, we'll be studying about one of the important topic of agriculture engineering, that is seeding implements and the tillage implements. Before that, let me introduce myself. I'm your mentor, Kumar. I have completed my UG from US Raichur and I'm currently pursuing my master's in plant pathology in the Department of Plant Pathology. Without wasting much time, let us start this discussion on tillage implements and the seeding implements. Actually, I have planned to divide this particular topic into two parts. Today, in this session, we'll be studying about the tillage implements and its basic. When I say it's basic, it is with respect to the tillage and what is actually the impact of tillage on the soil physical properties. Actually, upon the impact of the tillage on soil physical properties, the tillage implements are designed actually from which soil physical property they have to change. Based on that, the implements will be designed naturally. Okay, as I said, today we'll be starting with the basics. First, we'll be learning the definition of the tillage, who is the father of the tillage, term tilth, and what is actually the impact of the tillage on the soil physical properties. Starting with the definition of the tillage, tillage is nothing but it is actually a physical manipulation of a soil using the tools and implements for preparing good seed bed preparation and to support the subsequent crop growth. Here, the term physical manipulation is very important to note because in exam, which among the following is the definition of the tillage if they give and ask? They may give option as a physical manipulation, chemical manipulation, or biochemical manipulation. You should be clear. The clear and the correct definition states that tillage is a physical manipulation of a soil. Next, talking about the term tilt soil. New word maybe for few people. See, till soil is nothing but it is a physical condition of a soil resulting after the tillage operation is being performed. Next, who is considered as a father of tillage? It is nothing but Jethro. He is considered as a father of tillage, and he, in one of his theory, gives one statement that plant absorb the minute soil particles. This statement is important because in exam they may ask you which agronomist gave this particular statement. And next, talking about the impact of the tillage on soil physical properties. For now, just I will be listing out which are the properties. Later, we'll be discussing in detail. It is the bulk density, soil temperature, soil water, soil structure, and the pore space. These are the soil physical properties which will be changed upon the impact of tillage. Next, now in detail, we'll be studying about the objectives of the tillage. See, in exam, they may ask you which among the following is not objective of a tillage or which among the following is an objective of tillage. So you should be clear with the objective of the tillage. For that, let us consider the field and the crops have grown. And next, I'm not that good at tillage. The drawing, please adjust with this kind of drawings. See, now what happens is the farmer actually when the crop was in the field, he has irrigated. Because of irrigation, now the soil has become what? Compact. But now this compact soil is not suitable for sowing or for the next season, right? So the tillage operation is performed after the harvest of this crop with the primary objective of seedbed preparation. But actually, when the farmer is going for seedbed preparation using tillage, other objectives are also fulfilled. If you ask me how, it is very simple. When the tillage is being practiced, the soil is getting loosened. We'll be preparing good seedbed. That's okay. Now next, the crop residue which is left on the soil surface will be get incorporated into the soil, so that it will be adding more amount of humus and is fertility to the soil. And next, the prevent weeds. How? See, the weeds roots will get damaged during the tillage operation. That is how we are destroying and preventing the weeds. And next, aeration. Obviously, when soil is loosened, aeration will be given for the soil. Next, water holding capacity. See, when the tillage is done, in the tilled soil, the micropores and the macropores will be equal in number, thereby water holding capacity of the soil will be increased because of micropores and macropores. They will increase, thereby these pores will increase the water holding capacity of the soil. And also, this is very important. Upon tillage, the pest load and the pathogen load, pest and the pathogen load will be decreased because upon tillage, the soil is exposed to the sun surface. Sun will killing all the pathogen and the pest. And it also reduces the soil erosion. Why? See, earlier the soil surface was plain. and it was easy for the wind or it was easy for the water to carry off the soil. But now, because of delay, the clouds, some big clouds, some small, so they will be like acting like obstacles. Thereby, they're preventing the erosion. Next, we should be clear about the three terms: zero tillage, minimum tillage, and the stubble mass tillage. When I say zero tillage, it is also nothing but no tillage, because no tillage is done here. Only manual sowing is done with some small holes on the soil surface, and that's it. And in the minimum tillage, the tillage is restricted to the primary tillage operation, and here secondary tillage is absent. Usually, these zero tillage and minimum tillage is practiced in tropical climate regions, and stubble mass tillage it is specifically a traditional method followed in arid climate region. As I said, stubble mulch here, stubbles of the previous crops are acting like a mulch, and in between the region, the tillage is being practiced. And this is seen in arid climate regions because in this arid climate, very rainfall is very less. So, in order to conserve the moisture, this practice has been started. So, this is what how the stubble mulch farming looks. This stubble mulch tillage, stubble mulch farming, one another and same. And here to note few practical problems. It is the residues left on the soil surface may interfere with the seedbed preparation and sowing operation. However, these problems we can overcome by the human intelligence that humans have developed a specialized tillage implements called as V-shaped sweeps. I think you are looking at right. V-shaped sweeps they are used for the stubble mulch tillage. And next, talking about the impact of the tillage on soil physical properties. Very interesting concept. Please give a focus on this particular one so they can understand the rest of the things. Why actually the tillage implements are that way. Hence, with the different functions and different purpose, they're using different tillage implements. See earlier, compact soil, which is nothing but untilled soil, right? Upon tillage, the soil will get free, that is loosened soil. It is nothing but our tilled soil now. The properties of the tilled soil and the untilled soil are quite different. We'll be seeing it too. When the tillage is performed, what actually happens is weight remains same, but the volume of the compact soil is very less. Volume of the tilled soil is more. Because of this reason, the bulk density of the tilled soil is less than the bulk density of the untilled soil. You know that density is nothing but mass by volume. Mass remains here constant x, but the volume will be changing in both the case. Whereas in case of an tilled soil, V2, that is what I said, it is very more. So when the volume increases, denominator increases. So this becomes less in general, and thereby bulk density of tilled soil becomes less than the untilled soil. This relation is very important too for the exam point of view. Now the bulk density is done. Soil structure already we have studied. See the structure from the compactness to the till soil, it is somewhat free, loosened soil. Here crumble like structures here is in crumble like structure, crumble structured soil, structured soil. Initially, larger clouds will be formed. I agree, but subsequently, the disintegration of the clouds takes place because of the summer showers, and thereby camel structure of the soil is formed, which is suitable for the seedbed preparation. Now we are done with soil structure and bulk density. Next, talking about the soil color, it is mainly depend upon the organic matter. If organic matter is more, color is dark. And if this organic matter undergo decomposition, the color fades. And if the soil is rich in the minerals like iron, the soil will be red. Right? This is how you can understand. Next, soil water. Soil water is the one which is actually available to the plant roots for the uptake. This availability of the soil water to the plant depends upon major two factors, that is pore space and the depth of the soil. These two important. See, because pore space, in pore space, we have come across the micropores, nothing but our capillary pores, which are involved in water conduction. So, the pore space important where we are determining the soil water. Next, soil temperature. Upon tillage, the soil temperature decreases because the decrease in the thermal conductivity will take place, thereby optimum soil temperature which is needed for the seed germination will be created. This is how these all soil physical properties will be get changed upon the tillage operation is performed. And note to remember once again, the micropores and the macropores will be equal in case of tilled soil. See, these are all the things which I have explained, have mentioned once again. If anything doubt, which if people did not understand the my handwriting, you can just pause the video and for a while you can make the note of it. Next, talking about the types of tillage, we majorly come across the primary tillage and the secondary tillage. See, primary tillage, it involves the major soil operation because it is a primary, more work will be there. Here, only the lighter and the finer operation is done after the primary tillage operations. And here, much inversion is not involved in case of secondary tillage. See, here, not much soil inversion here. Much of the soil inversion is involved. Very important is to remember the examples for primary tillage implements and the secondary tillage implements. The subsoiler, the rotary plow, chisel plow, and disc plow, MB plow, indigenous plow, they are all coming under the primary tillage implements. Harrow, cultivators, levelers, cloth crushers coming under the secondary tillage. If you don't understand them by words, I have also given some pictorial representation. You can take a note. The cultivator, the disc harrow, rotavator, these are the secondary tillage implements, and the primary tillage implements constitute subsoilers, flow, disc flow, and the reversible flow. Now, we have discussed about the primary tillage and the secondary tillage. In the primary tillage, there are three types of tillage again. One is deep plowing. This is done heavily in case of summer and for the crops in the wetland farming. See, if you want to conserve more moisture, you have to go for deep plowing so that more soil depth will be created, so that water will be called easily. And this is not at all advantageous in case of dry farming because if you're performing deep plowing, what actually happens is moisture is lost. So it is very important for your intelligence. Critical thinking should be there for you people as a farming students or farmers, that whether the deep plowing is advantageous or not, it is depending upon the situation and the climatic condition. In dry farming, it is no advantages in the terms of field. It is more loss actually. And in the case of wetland farming, it is having some advantages that it can hold the more moisture for the long term. Moreover, deep plowing is only beneficial for deep rooted crops and perennial crops, because if you need for the longer depth of the root penetration, then you can go for it. Otherwise, no need, right? Yes. Again, when the deep plowing is performed, usually in the summer, what are the two major objective is? One is obviously for the seedbed preparation. Other than that, in order to kill the deep-rooted perennial weeds like cynodon, grassweed, and next pest and the pathogen load should be decreased. See, when the plowing, deep plowing is done, the soil is turned out, the predators and the parasites will come up, especially the birds will come and eat the larvae, and some pathogens will be killed because of solar radiation. And now, interesting question is actually the deep plowing will be giving large clouds. Then how they become small? See, what the nature is doing, it is very doing well and in a phenomenal way. Initially, when deep plowing is performed, large size clouds will be formed. But actually, what happens is the gradual disintegration of these large size clouds will take place because of summer showers, and that they will be giving an improved soil structure. See, I told right, improved soil structure. It is because of alternate heating and cooling will take place, and due to occasional summer showers, improved soil structure is here. Example of this perennial is important to know, that is cynodon, dactylodon, and suppress trendus. And even I told already, the birds and predators will be decreasing the pest load, eating the pupae, etc. And this depth 50 centimeter is suggested for the rainfall conditions and 70 centimeter for the irrigated conditions. However, if sufficient moisture is available, then only we are suggesting for deploying. And next type of primary tillage is subsoiling. Here, only important thing to learn and remember is subsoiling definition. Subsoiling is nothing but breaking the hard pan. Here, our objective is to break the hard pan, and most importantly, without inversion and with less disturbance to the subsoil. Remaining all explanation is simple. I think you can understand it. And next, talking about the implements which we are using for this particular subsoil. See, for the subsoil operation, actually we are going for subsoiler and the chisel plow. Both implements. I will be showing its picture as well in the next slide. See, we are using this particular two implements. And for the exam point of view, three statements which are mentioned is very important. They are also asked in previous exams as well. The subsoiler can penetrate deeper than the chisel plow. Why? I can explain in the next slide by showing the picture. And subsoiler and the chisel plows are used to break and shatter impermeable layers of, obviously, yes, right? Hard pans we are breaking here, yes. And next, to plow used to break the hard pan of the subsoil is chisel plow, yes. See, subsoil only. See, if inside this subsoil, If there is a chisel plow, we are using the hard pan which is present inside the subsoil also can be broken. For that purpose, we are using the chisel plow. And next, last one is year-round tillage. See, year-round tillage is nothing but the interculture operation in between we are taking and some kind of deploying operations. All together we call as year-round tillage means throughout the crop duration, what kind of operations or the repeated tillage operations which we are carrying, there comes under the year-round tillage. And next, now talking about the tillage implements. Primarily, we are talking about the plow. It is very simple tillage implement which is used to cut, break, and invert the soil. Even in the plow, we have various types: indigenous plow, MB plow, disc plow, chisel plow, subsoiler, and the rotary plow. We are also studying about these things in the next slides. MB plow having a mold board which will turn and lift the soils, and even having a shear which will be penetrating into the soil surface. I call this shear as a lion. No wrong, right? It is penetrating inside soil. And these are the types of MB Pro. See the stubble mold pro if there is some stubbles, and general purpose board, and the breaker mold pro, and the slat mold board. See, because for the different purpose using different mold boards. In most of the exam, different components of the MB board which are there, share, mold board, landslide, frog tail paste, all these will be asked. What is the function of a share? What is the function of board, MB board, etc. So actually, I have bolded already. Share. It penetrates into the soil. Which part of MB Pro penetrates into soil means it is share. Which part of MB Pro lift means it is moldboard. This is how you should remember. For the frog, all parts are attached. Landslide, it will be sliding and bears the thrust. Tail piece, this one. I have shown an arrow mark. Right? This tail piece, it is fastened or rear side of the mold, which is helping in turning the furrow slice. Very important. Furrowed slice, not in order to turn that, we are going for tail piece. So this is the kind of question that I asked in previous year AFO exam. That is the component of MB flow which penetrates into the soil and makes horizontal cut below the soil surface is shear. Another kind of flow is disc flow. Disc flow because discs are used. So this kind of flow, it turns, cuts, same function, breaks the furrow slices by means of separately mounted large C discs. Subsoiler. See, this can go for certain depth, more depth because see, its structure, it has large capacity of majorly because of this arrangement and the manufacture way we say the subsoiler can go for larger depth, that is 40 to 100 centimeters. And chisel plow this 60 to 70. The difference is number of spikes. Here one disc is given only, right? Here 4 spikes usually. It is also used to break the hard pan. And next, the now task for you people is to classify these images as epithet, the primary and secondary tillage implements. You can comment in the section which are the primary tillage implements and which are the secondary tillage implements. Pause the video and make sure which are primary and secondary and comment in the box. And next, now we'll be studying which plows are used for which situations. See, this MB plow, which is tractor drawn, will be more energetic, right? So it is using for deplowing and the inversion purpose. But the same MB plow, which is animal drawn, is used for slighter, lesser energy requiring process. That is just for incorporation of the manuals, pressure, and the plant residues. And the disc plow, obviously, it is like sharp edges, right? So for the cutting the grass and inversion. Contact flow, it is for multi-purpose. And this classification, which I have shown, right, for the various depths, it is given by the CREDA, that is Central Research Institute for Tile and Agriculture, which is located in Hyderabad. 5 to 6 centimeters we say for shallow plowing, 15 to 20 for medium, and 25-30 for deep plowing operation. And this is also very important. What is a disc angle? What is a tilt angle? Tilt angle is nothing but the angle or to which degree the disc is tilted. And disc angle is nothing but the angle which is made by the disc to the direction of a travel. See, it is very clear in the picture. Direction of travel and the angle. The disc has made, it is a disc angle. And for the vertical surface, at to what extent the disc is tilted with respect to ground line is tilt angle. Okay. See, here important thing to note is, yes, the plane of disc is common. Between the plane of disc only angle is being made. but one angle is with respect to direction travel is disk angle, and between the vertical plane is tilt angle. Last but important, see, increase in disk angle, what will happen? Increased width cut. Increased width cut will there of the soil, and increase in tilt angle. Increase in tilt angle results in decrease in depth of penetration. Okay, this is the one you have to remember. Go through this picture and understand once again if you people did not understand. Next, types of disc flow. As the name says, vertical means it will be in the vertical. See, this is vertical, and this is the standard disc flow. Here, the number of discs are less. Here, number of discs are more, and here penetration is not much in case of vertical disc flow because it is not that much efficient because of less thrust. Whereas this gets more thrust, and the penetration is more. And this is used for deep plowing purpose, which one standard disc. This is used for deep plowing, and this is used for intermediate kind of plowing. And very important note is the in vertical disc, this particular disc, the tilt angle of the disc is 0. See, if you look this, there is no angle in the discs. Tilt angle, discs are not at all tilted. So tilt angle is 0 in case of vertical disc flow. And exam point of view, these are the things which I have noted. Please go through this. Very few things which I want to highlight is one is the term scouring. Scouring is nothing but the movement of soil across a tool surface without sticking is called scouring. I think you understood, right? The soil will not be sticking to the tool surface. That if that way the tool is acting, we say that it is a scouring. And here, depth of the plowing depends upon the vertical section of the MB plow. Width of the plowing depends upon the horizontal section of the plowing. And other important is if you use Desi plow, soil is cut in V shape. Very important. Desi means V. And if MB plow is used, then it is L. Okay. See, the diameter of the disc plow in standard disc plow, it varies from 60 to 90 centimeters. This is, for exam point of view, very important. Should go through it once or twice, you can understand it. You can remember the thing as well. Yeah. Okay. If you go for rotary tiller, what is the RPM? It was asked in the previous year. See, it is about 180 to 200. That is rotation per minute. Harrow, as I told, see, that is why I told you that it is important to know you people, which is actually secondary tillage implement. See, now here it is asked, Harrow is used to perform secondary tillage. It is true, right? Yes. If you don't know that whether Harrow is a secondary tillage implement, you can't answer. So you should be clearly available, understand that which are the secondary tillage implements and which are the primary tillage implements. And the main function of the cultivator is to pulverize the soil. And secondary tillage is nothing but the tillage operations which are following the primary tillage, right? Yes. Next, secondary tillage operations are nothing but the objectives of the primary tillage remain same. The only important is with respect to the breaking the clots. Understand? And machines informed I have already shown in the figure. And here the rotavator which comes is also a secondary tillage implements, and it is mainly used for clod crushing and puddling as a primary tillage implement, and it is also used as a weeding as a secondary tillage implement. And these are very few note points which have been showed. You can go through this, compose video and note down. I think there is nothing to explain much here. And last but not the least, from the AgriAddict team, we are having a specialized mock test for IBPS AFO exam preparation. Please go through this. I think this will be more useful and worth. Please purchase and to be useful for your preparation. Last but not the least, I would like to end this session by saying that statement of Ratan Tata: ups and downs in life are very important to keep us going, because straight line, right? This is nothing. See, life should be interesting means some ups and downs are very important. Even in our preparation, sometimes we may be not preparing well, but take a rest, take a break, and restart, reboost yourself, and go for your preparation. Thank you.